I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Ow, ow, ow!
Hey, hey, hey! Oh, check out the Marcus here, man. He should.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Welcome everyone to another edition, a festive edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Lord Manny Hayes, and I'm joined by...
I'm Marcus, the grand finale. As you can see, I'm really enjoying this hat. That still has a tag on there because it's not mine.
Did you steal it?
Shut up! You don't steal on Christmas. You give or you take. Or you do what you got to do to survive in these streets. You got to keep up with the Joneses somehow, right? And that's what I did. I kept up with the Joneses.
So what do we have today, Marcus? We have a tag team bracket to determine the best tag team in wrestling history. And granted, there are going to be tag teams that have probably been left off this list. And I'm just going to point out, as we've already brought up the topic of stealing, I stole this bracket from someone else and just put the pictures into a bracket website. I have made some alterations to the brackets because I felt some of their teams were not worthy of this list.
Oh, I feel like saying that. Oh, if Everrise isn't on this list, then I don't want anything to do with it. Manny, you're the Grinch who stole tag teams.
So, are we ready to kick it off?
Oh, there's a bracket.
There's the bracket. So the opening match is the Hart Foundation versus the North.
Wow, we're starting off hot.
We're starting off hot.
Is this the Canadian bracket? Is that what we're doing right now? This is the Canadian bracket.
Well, it just so happened the person I replaced them with just fell that way.
Who was replaced? The Hart Foundation or the North? Who was the substitute?
No, so whoever was facing the Hart Foundation, they were replaced with the North. But I do not have for the life of me the old bracket.
Well, Manny, I'm gonna say to start this off with a bang. It don't matter. It don't matter. And maybe the North is a better tag team than the Hart Foundation in modern sense. But my youth and nostalgia would never let that happen. Would never let the Hitman go. In honor of Jim the Anvil Neidhart and his daughter Natty, who's the most winning wrestler of all time, I am going with the Hart Foundation.
I didn't know who to pick for this one, to be honest.
Oh!
Because I think Bret Hart's legacy is more outside the Hart Foundation. He made a bigger impact outside of that his tag team with Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
He did. But you can't do it.
And then I haven't seen that much of the North, as much as people speak up of them. So I'm going to give it to the Hart Foundation.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going the other way with this.
No.
I really did. I was about to say your childhood. Little Manny is sitting at home back in, 1991, whenever this was happening, and going like, this is outrageous. There was no tag team better than the Hart Foundation. Maybe the Rockers.
So we're picking the Hart Foundation. What's happening?
Uh-oh. The whole thing broke. I knew it.
There we go.
We couldn't trust anything.
And then the next matchup, Gallows and Anderson, the Good Brothers, whatever else names they want to go by, versus, was it Red Dragon?
They were Red Dragon at the time, or Undisputed Era,
or
whatever
Undisputed
Era. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the NXT boys.
Oh, that's your bias right there. Even because you're only showing Gallows with their WWE Raw titles, and you don't respect the work they did in Japan or what they're currently doing in Impact Wrestling, the number 7 greatest wrestling promotion of all time.
Number 7?
I was a random number, but I'm sure they can't be higher than that or lower than that. Oh, But I'm going to agree with you again as we get through this first round that I believe Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish are the superior tag team in this.
Oh, so you tried to make me feel bad by not acknowledging the Good Brothers' efforts in Japan.
Oh yeah. I'm attacking you, but also agreeing with you. Okay. We're in you are in the Republican Party. We're both in the Republican Party, Manny. I may not agree that you won the election, but everything else, I'm going to agree everything with you. Just saying. Shout out to Mr. Trump.
So now we've got Demolition. And I believe what they were called back in the day was Two Dudes with Attitude.
Were they a real tag team, though?
They held the tag team titles.
Yeah, but were they a real tag team? I never associated them as tag team. That's Disciple and Messiah right there. And they're both individual stars who who seem to have bigger careers in bigger tag teams previously, whether you're Kevin Nash and the Outsiders, or if you're Shawn Michaels and the Rockers, or whoever else he teamed up with over the years.
Yeah.
I will go with Demolition, Action Smash.
Well, I feel like because they held the tag team record for a number of years, they deserve to go through. Because they
Demolition?
Yeah, because the New Day broke the record, didn't they?
I didn't know it was held by Demolition, to be honest.
I thought it was Demolition. I believe it was Demolition.
It could be. I honestly don't remember. I just thought New Day has it, and they're gonna live with it.
Yeah, I think Demolition is the right pick.
The thing is with Demolition is that they are a version of the knockoff Road Warriors, but they actually ended up working.
Yeah,
for some reason.
So now we have the British Bulldogs.
Oh.
Versus Tony Atlas and The Rock's father, Rocky Johnson. Oh, I nearly forgot his name.
You don't even remember half the tag team. So, Manny, I want to, for the record, say this is a blasphemous pick, and for you to make me pick against the first black tag team champions of all time is outrageous. And I'm going to pick them just to see what happens if we end up in a tiebreaker.
Well, first of all,
they should not win. I'm wanting for the record. I do not want them to win. I just want to know what happens if we get a tiebreaker.
So when I put these guys in place of someone else, you told me, why are they even in here?
Whoa. You don't say my off-camera stuff. My off-camera stuff is saved for you, okay? My hippo in the crate side is saved just for you. All right? Only you can know this information. I did not ask why that. Okay, I did. Because they've only teamed together like twice, when they won and when they lost the titles, because they were you can't have two black guys in the same territory. It's against the rules. It was against the rules back then. Completely racist and against the rules. And I am voting for this team just so they can lose in our tiebreaker. What's the tiebreaker, Randy?
It's who has the best argument.
Oh, okay. Well, I've argued against them already.
I'm thinking it's the British Bulldogs because they had the bigger impact as a tag team. Many people, when you go back in time, people talk about them as a tag team. And the Dynamite Kid pretty much went crazy after his wrestling run.
He's a dick. Are you gonna let that asshole get through? You gonna let that? We could get credit points with The Rock. That's my argument. The Rock can one day stumble upon this, be like, "Oh, what's this show? The Untitled Manny and Marcus show? Looks like a wrestling show." Oh, all my free time, all 2 minutes of it, I have a YouTube. Oh, I'm going to check this out. Wow, they considered my father to be the greatest tag team wrestler of all time. I'm voting for Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas.
So your argument is on the basis that The Rock might watch us.
Yes, he may stumble upon this and go, I'm going to get this show over because they said that my father and Tony Atlas, the strongest man to ever live, were the greatest tag team of all time. Yes, I'm going to hope.
Well, you see, Marcus, there's one thing about that, and you know I love money.
Yes.
And I like making money because we're all about business. Big business.
That's all we're about. I'm ready to sell out in a minute.
I'm going to let you have this one.
Right? No! I want no. When you use my own words against it.
You shouldn't have made a compelling argument.
No. The British Bulldogs are the winners.
Oh, so you changing your mind?
Yeah, I couldn't let that in good fate. In good fate, I couldn't let that happen. But by the way, I am willing to sell out, guys. That's why this wall stays blank. If anybody want to put their sponsorship, I don't care what it is, I will put it on this wall. I am selling out. The back wall right here. It is a sellout. That's all it's white for. It's just for sponsorship. Let's sell out.
So, a tough one right here.
What? Why so early?
This is how they had it in the original bracket.
Why so early, though? This is ridiculous.
So, the New Day or the Usos?
Okay, so there was years of the Usos coming in. I remember when they first came in, they came in sweaters and Tamina, and then they were really just good guys, and they were like the Samoa version of the Hardy Boys, but not as extreme or athletic. They were in part of the John Cena era and whatnot. And then they got this change when they became more street, more hood, more themselves, very representing the bloodline, not the Bloods, and the Bloods too as well. But and they're doing and Jey Uso seems to have a singles run going with them right now and telling a good story with Roman. And then you have the New Day, who might be one of the most popular acts of the modern era. So I have to go against the Usos because the New Day has surpassed just in popularity, merchandise sales, the whole up, down thing, the New Day podcast, and, you know, it has the greatest wrestler of all time, Kofi Kingston, the future greatest wrestler of all time, Xavier Woods.
How dare you? How dare you? Big E. Big E.
I know. I just wanted to trigger you. And you have a doctor named Xavier Woods.
He's not a real doctor.
I'm going to go.
Self-proclaimed doctor. Self-proclaimed. He's not a real doctor. He hasn't got. He doesn't even have his PhD.
Oh, I thought he got it.
No, because he was doing it for an online school, and the online school went bust, and they were just taking money from him. Yeah.
Oh, he's a liar.
Yeah.
He's a liar. I can't give it to a liar. No, I'm still going New Day. I got New Day.
So
damn it.
The Usos have. This is too early for the Usos because I believe the Usos could have made it to semifinals before we got to this position.
Yes.
Incredible bloodline.
Yeah.
Family history of great tag teams.
Oh, are you about to do the Rock? You about to go to Rock twice in a row?
No.
That was me the first one.
But
I shouldn't do blowjob gestures like that. I think that's illegal.
But I think the New Day, in terms of what they've accomplished in wrestling, what they've done for the culture, what they do inside and outside of the ring, I think the New Day are the better tag team because it syncs well with all three members. Like the way they rotate, it works really well. And I can't forget the amount of DUIs that the Uso family and their father Rikishi have.
You can forget that we're only talking about in the ring. Otherwise, the Hardys aren't going far. DUIs and the rest of the count, the Hardys are not going far.
So we're picking a New Day.
I'm picking New Day. Damn, I can't believe it. That was too early for neither team. The Usos deserve more.
This is too early.
Oh, it's not. It's not for me. It's not for me.
Well, I know who I'm picking because my boy.
I already know.
Tully is my boy.
I'm sorry. There's no disrespect. Manny, I don't even think the other teams get an introduction. They were waiting in the ring for the Brainbusters or
no, to be fair,
the Four Horsemen.
To be fair, if Arn wasn't in this picture and it was just Tully, I would be 100% sold with my argument.
Wait a minute, you can't take point for Arn. Arn is like one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
No,
he is the
because what Arn has become. Because what Arn has become, what have you become?
Judas up my mind. You can't punish people for their future endeavors or whatever they've done, all right? Yes, he let Alicia Fox go out there and wrestle drunk. Yes, he's Cody's little bitch boy right now, or whatever his job is. But you can't punish him for that.
But Tully is going through. No, Tully is going through.
No, all right, is it? Again, their opponents, for those who don't know, I believe that is the Midnight Express, right?
The Rock and Roll Express.
That's the Rock and Roll Express? I gotta zoom in. Yeah, sorry. That is the Rock and Roll Express. Eric would not even allow us to say the name, to be honest. That's how much he hates that team. I get them mixed up all the time, all right? I get them mixed up. But
so now, I can't even remember what the other guys were called.
that Tito Santana and Rick Martel?
Yeah.
Why is that even a thing?
I don't know. They put it on the list, but I'm definitely picking the Mega Powers.
I'm going Mega Powers because it led to something. It led to a big time storyline. Yes, they were a makeshift tag team. As I believe you cut Elizabeth out of this picture. It looks like
no, that's the original picture.
I feel like she was there, and that was just like in the background. It was like
that's not the ring picture.
I know, but I just feel like something about this image don't look right. They were a makeshift tag team, but they had a really good run as a tag team, as a makeshift tag team.
Oh, the other team is called Strike Force.
Oh yeah, nah, you can't win with that team. Nah, I'm definitely going to Mega Powers. Sorry, but not sorry. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good matchup. And I don't like this one being so early either.
Oh, by the way, just to let people know, I replaced the North were put in the place of the Insane Clown Posse.
That's insane.
The Undisputed Era were put in place of the Bella Twins.
You don't have to disclose this. This is our tournament. We stole it, all right? We can do what we want with it.
And then
that'd be like me going to your house, man, stealing your TV, and then you find out that I stole your TV, coming to my house, it's like, you can't put that TV there. It should go up like this. No, it's stolen already. You don't have to announce what we replace people with.
So how would you have felt if the match was the British Bulldogs versus Enzo and Kaz instead of Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson?
I actually would have preferred that.
So now we have the Steiner brothers versus the Briscoes.
Yep. Why did this have to happen so early? I really enjoyed both tag teams.
I only enjoyed the Steiner brothers for about maybe a few months while they were on WWE TV.
See, I enjoyed them in WWE and in WCW. Like, they were a reason for me to watch WCW. When they were like, they got the Steiners? Because I really enjoyed the dog-faced Gremlin going through his routine and barking like a dog.
Yeah.
Scott doing the Hurricanrana, the Frankensteiner, inventing the Frankensteiner. And just that team. It was just like, there wasn't a team that was built as like this amateur wrestling team, and they had these great physiques. They were an amazing tag team. On the other hand, you have these fucking brawlers, these gangsta-ass Delaware country boys with Mark and Jay Briscoe, who basically the Usos ripped them off in a way. It's a little different, but it's also the same. So I can't go against the Briscoes. To me, they're one of the greatest tag teams of my generation, of my lifetime. They're great.
I feel like history-wise, it's got to be the Briscoes. They've done a lot. And most of it has just been under. I think all of it has been under the ROH. Yeah, and they haven't like branched out, and yet we're still talking about them. So that says more about what they've done in wrestling.
Yeah, like it's amazing that they've only really been under the ROH brand. I mean, they appeared in other places here and there, but they're associated with ROH. They've never been to a WWE, a WCW, Impact, or AEW. And them boys deserve that paycheck. They're still relatively young, and I hope they one day get just a bag of money for all their hard work. Like, they are if there was such thing as a Hall of Fame tag team, Hall of Fame just for tag teams, they will be in there.
Are you
In my opinion.
surprised AEW haven't brought him in for just like a 5-match run or something?
I'm not. I'm not surprised. Because they will be overshadowed. I don't know. They don't deal with Ring of Honor, I guess. So, and that's the only thing that the Briscoes seem to work under.
Okay, so we take the Briscoes. Now we have Edge and Christian versus the Motor City Machine Guns. The Motor City Machine Guns replaced Too Cool in this tournament.
I mean, that's a really good place. Motor City Machine Guns, one of the great tag teams right off the gate. They teamed up together, and it was just instant chemistry. They were to me the Machine Guns were I want to say a more consistently better version of the Young Bucks. Because I believe they had the ability to tell stories better than the Young Bucks, and I really appreciate their athleticism. I'm all behind the Motor City Machine Guns, but for the most part of their career, even though they've reached the mountaintop of tag team greatness, I consider them a jobber tag team. Eddie and Christian, on top of that, were on one of the main I'm gonna say pillars of the attitude / ruthless aggression. Like they were in the middle of that era with their 5-second poses and the innovation of the tag team ladder matches and everything. Just the charisma and entertainment wise, I think I have to go Edge and Christian.
I would go Edge and Christian. I feel like I've watched more of their stuff. I definitely falling under that Impact umbrella. I maybe watched Impact for maybe 2 years when it was TNA.
Woo!
And then I didn't watch it ever again. So a lot of their work I haven't watched. So
well, a lot of their work, they've been retired for a bunch of years. They just recently came back, so they stopped. And then you have Shelly with the Time Splitters with Kushida, which is basically the same team.
Yeah, and I feel like that made a bigger deal in Japan.
Maybe. I don't know. It's I consider them on the same level. I consider that all Machine Gun business.
Yeah.
When the Time Splitters / Motor City Machine Gun is all their business. They're an amazing tag team, but I think I'm going Edge and Christian.
Yeah, I'm taking Edge and Christian. Here we go.
This isn't even a question. This is one of those no-brainers to me.
The Smoking Guns versus the world's greatest tag team, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, who replaced the Bushwhackers.
Who replaced the Bushwhackers?
The world's greatest tag team.
That shouldn't even been a question. That should have been the Smoking Guns replaced by the Bushwhackers. Smoking Guns did nothing for me. Bart Gunn's only known for his Brawl for It All, getting knocked out by Butterbean. Billy Gunn is known as being the ass man and the New Age Outlaws. I don't have time for this. The world's greatest tag team blows them out the water.
Yeah. Even the stuff they did with Angle was great. When they were part of Team Angle. It was great.
Yeah, Team Angle stuff, yeah. My main thing about the world's greatest tag team, if WWE actually cared about tag teams, this would be a bigger deal tag team.
And the only problem I have with Charlie Haas is that there's one thing that hasn't gone explained. Was when him and Viscera knocked Lillian Garcia off the apron. They laughed about it and then they never explained why they did it.
Yeah. If you ask them why they did it for love. That's why. So yeah, it's an easy go through for them. Easy first round.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So
who's the other team? Hold on. It's Sting and Luger. Stang!
It's gotta be Stang.
This has gotta be Stang. I'm gonna say this right now. Disqualification for the other team for having Luger on there. Just saying. he just for existing, for having Sting was, I'm gonna say, even when he was with the Warrior and they were the Blade Runners, I would consider them a better tag team than whatever Luger and Sting did for whatever period. I don't remember them being even a team, really. I'm assuming they teamed up, but I don't remember them as a team.
Neither do I, but I feel like every bit of comedy Booker T and Goldust did during that weird transition years of wrestling from WCW was great.
Yes.
When the one specific I remember was when Goldust was playing Steve Irwin, the Crocodile Hunter.
Yes, yes, absolutely. This was a great tag team. Booker T and Goldust goes through. They may not make the next round, whoever they're facing, what they're getting through for comedy alone.
So we have the Rockers versus Owen Hart and the Slammy Award winning Owen Hart.
And wait, you said Owen Hart and the Slammy Award winning Owen Hart.
Oh,
You said
Yokozuna.
It's just Owen.
The Samoan that played a Japanese person.
Better than any Samoan has ever played a Japanese person ever. You know, I don't feel like they even have the better Owen tag team. Like, Owen's had a million tag teams. And I consider his partner mainly the Bulldog or even Bob Holly and Coco be wearing those stretches.
Coco, his tag team with Coco Beware was one of the most weirdest combinations ever. But that was the start of his amazing guitar riff entrance theme.
Yeah, so I'm going to go against Yoko and Owen, even though, honestly, they had that tag. It's basically Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler. Basically, that's what this team
These
is.
two never injured people, though.
You don't know that. You don't know that. They injured a bunch of indie guys doing extra work. I know it. But you got to go to Rockers, who, in that picture right there, where you have them holding the tag team titles, never had tag team titles. Never won it.
Oh, that wasn't they did win it, didn't they?
Nope. The one time they won it was Saturday Night Main Event, but they didn't actually air that match because of the top rope break.
Oh yeah.
They had issues, so they have never won the tag team titles.
No, I feel there was more history with Yoko and Owen.
More history? All right, let's get that argument. What history? What's their legacy?
They both hated Bret Hart.
Okay.
Managed by the legendary Mr. Fuji.
Okay. So well
There
played.
was one episode of Raw where I remember Yokozuna repeatedly doing the bonsai drop on Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Okay.
Where they aired it like they murdered Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah, he can't die though, so Hacksaw Jim Duggan. All right. I'm enjoying your argument. Go ahead, keep it going.
Owen Hart did that enziguri on Shawn Michaels, and then made Shawn Michaels dizzy, and then died.
But that wasn't when he was a tag team.
It was when he was in the tag team.
That was when they were in the tag teams.
Yeah,
with Yoko.
I think so.
I don't know. I could have been Bulldog.
And then, let's not forget the Slammy Awards Owen Hart won.
Nah.
There is more accomplishment on this. On
You're
the
just
right
naming
side.
Owen's accomplishments. You're naming. Let me tell you something.
Yokozuna has a win over Hulk Hogan.
No, he doesn't. He lost to Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania too.
And he beat him at King of the Ring or in Japan.
Don't matter. That don't count.
When that alleged camera blew up in his eye.
That's solo work. We're talking about tag teams, Manny. You may love these guys as individuals, but tag team wise, you can't beat the Rockers. They're the reason you have the Hardy Boys and your Young Bucks and your Rock and Roll Express. And yes, I know they came after the Rock and Roll Express, but you're the reason that you care about these teams. Also, you want to talk about history, there is not a bigger moment in history than when Shawn Michaels threw Marty Jannetty through the barbershop window to break up that 10. It broke up that 10. It does, because they were still a team, and it projected Shawn Michaels to superstardom. And with that, every time there's a tag team together, you look at one of the tag team partners and you don't go, oh, is this the next Yoko or is this the next Owen? No, you go, is that the next Marty Jannetty? And this one is a Shawn Michaels. Tell me I'm not wrong.
How often are you going to have a man the size of Yokozuna and go, you know what, that's the next Yokozuna? When are you ever going to have that conversation?
Hold on, I can say it with Keith Lee. I can say it with Dabba-Kato. I can say it with Viscera, Big Daddy V. Man on a Mission. Man on a Mission, which is another version of Owen and Yoko. Just
Fine.
not as good, probably.
I will give you the Rockers.
I can't believe this was an argument.
I will concede.
Unbelievable.
By the way, I just love this pit. The picture on the right is the best picture ever.
No, they really look like we walked in on something.
It's like a yearbook photo or something gone wrong. So we've got the Fabulous Freebirds versus the Wild Samoans.
Yes. This is I don't know why this was gonna be tough. considering that I've never actually watched either one in their actual prime.
No, neither do I.
Like, it's not like I came in and was like, oh, there's Alpha and Sika, two of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But no, it's just I know who they are, just like I know who the Fabulous Freebirds are. Although I'm going to take points away from the Fabulous Freebirds away for having the Confederate flag at all given times and waving it around. But they were bad people. But they also invented the Freebird rules, and I'm going to go with the Fabulous Freebirds over Alpha and Zika.
Well, you got to also point out they were from Bad Street.
Yes.
So they had to be bad.
Yeah. Bad Street, USA. So,
hands down, one of the best entrance musics ever.
yes. It is sung by Michael Hayes. I mean, you have to be a good tag team or a good TV personality / tag team, good wrestlers, for people to actually say, I want to hear what they're like in the studio.
Because I think I watched the Head Shrinkers more than I've ever seen Wild Samoan stuff.
Yes.
So
The
for me, these original heads of the table, I cannot select.
I mean, they were the innovative of Samoan savages. They are the savages. Like, to me, that there's so many Samoan tag teams probably on this list. It's amazing how many, and all of them related to The Rock.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the Fabulous Freebirds as well. I'm sure we're gonna get flamed in the comments, but feel free to leave comments down there.
I don't know if we're gonna get flamed for this one. I don't think no one's still alive that watched Alpha, Sika, and the Freebirds.
I bet you.
Shit.
I bet you Chris will have a problem with it.
Maybe. Oh wow. This was the one we're going to get flamed for.
I was about to do something so inappropriate, and then I'd stop myself. I was about to grab something, and I was like, "Nope, now is not the time."
For Manny, for these two teams to make the list, I'm trying to think of two other teams that could have been here, but they made the list. Therefore, I am picking, and I'm just going to say this: I am picking Leiku, because I enjoyed their antics. They were the catalyst for the Iconics and Bellas. They helped bring those in.
I only remember one thing from the Kane and X-Pac run, and it was Zagat.
But they were a solid tag team. I remember Kane and RVD, I think, more than I remember Kane and X-Pac.
So I am also picking Leiku because their antics, bullying, yes. Great, yes. I'm picking them.
Yes. Picking James, come on, guys. But let me go back. Kane can have his own tournament with all his tag team partners, to be honest. Whether it's RVD, Daniel Bryan, X-Pac,
so could Cesaro.
Yeah, Kane and Cesaro are the greatest two. I mean, that should be a tournament. The greatest non-tag team wrestler of all time. Like, who's just been in tag team galore.
So now we have the Los Guerreros versus the Powers of Pain.
Oh, all right. For the record, I believe Mr. Fuji gives the Powers of Pain more points than any day.
Yeah, I was about to say that. He gives them more credibility than anything.
Yeah. Two, bigger than any of the Guerrero stuff. But no. Oh. And then the name, the Powers of Pain, is a name that was wasted on this team. It is such a cool name that it can never be used in wrestling again. Imagine all the pop merchandise you can get from that, from modern day. But, as much as I want to give it to them, it wasn't Eddie and Chavo. They were entertaining. They were great. I can't go against them. Even though they have Fuji in the name on the other side.
It's sad that we don't talk about Chavo Guerrero nearly as much as we should do. No. Phenomenal talent in the ring.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's fundamentally sound. He was hella entertaining when he was crazy and had Pepe. Even his current white stuff is good. It's just that he ended up in the category of just being overshadowed by his Uncle Eddie.
Yeah.
Because when you always got a match, it's always like, that's Chavo Guerrero, but I kind of want Eddie. Chavo was always like the one that would show up, but you really wanted Eddie.
Yeah. So now we have DX original DX, Shawn Michaels and Triple H, versus Men on a Mission.
What kind of shit is this? I feel like you put all the black teams in situations they can't win at, Manny. There's no way that I'm voting against Men on a Mission.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna make you argue this.
We had the New Day versus Samoans, and the New Day won. So your logic here is flawed.
You're right. Well then. I pick Man on a Mission.
Can I just point out?
I'm not gonna even argue.
If we look closely at the image on the right, that is a fire mixtape. If there ever was one.
If there was ever something that said "Don't do drugs," 1988, this is it. Like this is one of those Dare commercials or something. Don't do drugs, kids. Stay hip in the game.
So you've got Viscera or Mabel at the time holding a tire, just like it's nothing, and then you've got Oscar and Mo just chilling on a upturned grocery cart.
It literally looks like a predecessor to a Tribe Called Quest. Like Tribe Called Quest could put an album cover together better than that. Let's just put DX through. Come on.
You picked Men on a Mission.
I know, but I can't. My conscience won't let me do it. King Mabel and all.
Okay, so this is not letting us do the other side of the bracket.
Oh, so we gotta go through the whole first side.
Yeah. So now we have the Hart Foundation versus the Undisputed Era.
I'm going Red Dragon. I think they accomplished more as a tag team, and they are one of the greatest tag teams I've ever watched. In whether it was Ring of Honor, their Japan work, or even in NXT, they bring it everywhere they go. They always have great matches.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I think more than it's current, and I think it would have been a really great match, to be honest, to watch.
Yeah, I think Brett with anybody in the modern era would be amazing.
But I think these two would definitely bring it, and these two would. Well, Bobby Fish looks like a Renaissance man that would probably have survived in the original '90s era and '80s.
Depending on the era, is who's gonna win this match.
Yeah,
the '80s, the Undisputed Era will be destroyed. Because it's like, who want these little dudes to go after? If it's the modern era, the Undisputed Era wrecks basically the modern day Butcher and the Blade.
Yeah, yeah. For that though, I'm taking the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
So now we have Demolition.
The same time period. This happened. I'm sure this happened.
I'm taking Demolition.
Oh wow. You see, I'm going to British Bulldogs.
Really?
I just thought they were a more technically sound, cooler team. Like the Dynamite Kid doing drop kicks and headbutts off the top rope, and the Bulldogs' power and their technical ability. The Axis Smash was a one-note team who I enjoyed their personalities more than I enjoyed their in-ring work.
See, I feel like the British Bulldog himself, Davey Boy Smith, had a better run with Owen Hart.
He did.
So, like, I feel like his work with Owen Hart overshadowed this.
But, in a count, again, WWE can say fuck a tag team throughout their history. They're going to say fuck a tag team. They don't care. But I'm going to say if they cared, the Dynamite Kid and British Bulldog would have been a bigger tag team than what they were. Like, the Demolition had the belts for forever because no one cared.
Yeah, so for me, it stands that Demolition should take this.
That's like giving a Honky Tonk Man the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time because he just was there.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Don't go against your countrymen, Manny. I didn't go against black people. All right, I voted Man in the Mission out a moment ago. But
you didn't even want Tony Atlas in this competition.
All right. Whatever. Wait till we get to the other side.
So, are we agreeing on Demolition or are we agreeing on the British Bulldogs?
I could go either way. Neither one I don't think is winning this thing. So, neither one are the greatest tag. Spoiler alert: Demolition and the Bulldogs are not the greatest tag teams of all time.
Heads or tails? Heads, it'll be Demolition. Tails, it will be the British Bulldogs.
I want head. Oh God, I don't trust this coin flip at all now. A very controversial coin flip. Could go
Head.
either way. Bulldogs go through.
Where's the mouse gone?
Although I will give the personality, the theatrics, I'll go to Demolition, in-ring ability, and the team I would want to see today wrestle would be the Bulldogs.
So now we have an interesting turn of events.
Oh.
I'm stuck now.
I'm not as stuck as I thought I would be after looking at it. I'm not as stuck.
I'm still going with the New Day.
I am going with the New Day, even though I really enjoyed Arn and Tully, and I feel like this match should not happen. Because I think like this is basically FTR versus the New Day, essentially.
Yeah.
And I feel like they can all bring it, and whatever matchup with the New Day. I think it's just I prefer the New Day. I feel like they're the most over and established tag team. If you walk down the street and say who you got, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard on the New Day, I still think the person on the street would go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But maybe if you're lucky, they may say the New Day.
I've got New Day. Ooh, the Mega Powers versus the Briscoes.
All right, so this goes back to the makeshift tag teams to me. Even though I enjoyed the Mega Towers together and enjoyed the handshake, they didn't really beat nobody. I think they beat Hakeem, the Supreme Dancing Machine, and the Big Boss Man, and had various other matches. But then it was more just like seeing these two icons together, just joining forces and waiting for the turn.
Yeah, it was you were waiting for the turn. So I feel like that was more them strung together to have a match later on down the line.
Yeah, as the Briscoes are the tag team. They are the tag team to beat. And I'm going to advance the Briscoes. And Hogan's a racist. Hogan's a racist. I can't vote for him.
Edge and Christian versus the world's greatest tag team. Is this even a decision? It has to be Edge and Christian.
Yeah, it has to be Edge and Christian. Even though the world's greatest tag team is the world's greatest tag team. Sorry, Sheldon Haas. You're out.
These guys, the world's greatest tag team, did it in that era where people weren't really properly watching wrestling anymore.
No, we're in the era currently where people aren't properly watching wrestling.
Yeah, no, but like
they had millions of people watch them.
I dipped out when these guys were around.
Okay.
So I think I kind of dropped out the moment the end of the Monday Night Wars happened.
Okay.
And then when they started bringing in new people like Brock Lesnar, John Cena and stuff, that's kind of when I jumped in, but I jumped in a little bit too late. So I jumped in when John Cena was just about ready to make his WWE Championship run.
When people talk about wrestling and, great moments, I will argue that maybe the Ruthless Aggression era may have been better than the Attitude era. I think I could win that argument somehow.
Well, it's difficult to tell because when you look back at a lot of wrestling, so many people are so hyped up about the Attitude Era, but if you go back and watch it, like maybe a year worth of Raw in that time frame, it's shit. Like it's only a few things you'll stand out and you'll remember, like how it is today. Like for us, like it's Roman Reigns. What's going on with Roman Reigns right now? What's going on with Bayley and Sasha right now? The rest is garbage.
The Attitude Era was built on just personality back in the day. It was just built on the characters. Like it was built on basically the love for Steve Austin and The Rock.
Yeah.
And all the other characters that were on the show. Which, wasn't, it was great. That stuff was all great. Like Vince and everything and whatever Taker was doing at the time. All that, Triple H. All that is great. But in-ring work-wise and the mix of characters, Ruthless Aggression got it hands down. But, on the side note, Eddie Christian goes through.
Yeah.
Although, if I were to argue, wrestling died when people started getting good in the ring. When people started doing all these flips and moves. I didn't need all these moves. You give me a good personality any day of the week over anybody with moves. And that's why I'm picking Booker T and Goldust over the Rockers. No, I'm going to Rockers. I feel like they had a bigger impact. Even though they didn't win nothing, they had a pretty good run in their start, whether it was AWA and WWF. They were always something exciting to see. Booker T and Goldust was just comedy sketches.
Yeah.
I never cared about. I can't tell you a single match they had.
Neither can I, to be honest. I'm sure someone will get us in the live chat when we come back from our break. It's like, oh, you totally disrespected Booker T and Goldust. Fuck off.
Fuck you. On a side note, I can't remember a single Rockers promo I cared about either. So if they merge together, you get a lot of personality, a lot of good in-ring action. But separately, I'm going to take the in-ring action of the Rockers over the comedy of Booker T and Goldust.
It's an interesting match.
It's time for them to flame me again. I'm going Team Laku. Everybody else saying. They at one point became tag team, not tag team champs because there were no women tag teams, but they became women's WWE Women's Champion, and they had to put the belt together and make it work. And out of respect to The Undertaker, and out of respect to Layla, who gets zero respect in this industry whatsoever for her lack of in-ring talent, but I'm going Team Laku. Manny, argue with me. Argue against me.
Out of respect for my girl, London girl, Layla, I am picking Layla.
Pure looks alone. That's what Layla's getting. They're getting by on Layla's looks.
I'm getting on where Layla's from.
Huh?
Layla's from London.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. London, yeah, that's what they get by on. Sorry, Freebirds. This is what happens. This is what happens when you wave the Confederate flag around. This is what happens.
Okay. This has got a little bit serious.
Not for me. It's not that hard for me. It's not, after looking at it, it's not that hard. We already let Sean go through with the Rockers. He already got enough with that shit.
I don't think these two as a team did enough together. Because when they were the original version of DX, it was Shawn Michaels' singles run and Hunter's singles run of the Intercontinental and European title.
Just carrying Shawn Michaels' backs, it seemed like.
And then the second time round was just them destroying the McMahons. So realistically, they weren't really a tag team. They were a faction.
Yes. I will agree with you. And Viva de los Guerreros.
Yeah.
But there was not even an argument for the Los Guerreros at all. Nothing at all. It was all anti-DX. It was like being in the court of law. We proved them to be guilty.
So now we have Red Dragon versus the British Bulldogs.
All right. So the British Bulldogs barely escaped through the last one with a coin flip. Red Dragon went definitively against the team they were going against. I believe it's the Hart Foundation.
Yeah. No, they beat Gallows and Anderson, the Hart Foundation, and now they're in this match.
They had a tough road. I think this match will be absolutely amazing. It'll probably be the best match we've had on the card.
Yeah.
However, I'm going Red Dragon over the Bulldogs.
So am I. Because these two have personality in comparison to emotionless Dynamite Kid.
He was just a dick.
And the British Bulldog was a cokehead.
So was the Dynamite Kid. But you know what I like about the Undisputed Era is that they have a style in their ring in which Kyle can take it to the ground and do strikes, and Bobby just mostly does his strikes. But I don't know, it's just they have the formulas to their matches always seem to flow really nice.
Yeah,
that's what they get from me. But again, if this was in the 80s, they would have been killed by the Dynamite Kid and the British Bulldog. Cause ain't no flipping it dudes. You get disqualified for going over the top rope. Although I think Kyle would survive with the ground game, but not power wise with any one of those guys. Oh, it's come down to this.
I know the answer from me. Everyone that's watching knows the answer from me. So it more relies on you and then what we have to deal with afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, this is when it comes to 2 guns to the head. And you know how I said the last match was the best match we probably would have got?
Yeah.
This is now the best match we could have got.
I don't think it is.
What? I'm going Briscoes. I'm going
not.
Briscoes.
I'm not going Briscoes.
The Briscoes would eviscerate the New Day. I feel like they are natural rivals. Even I feel like the Briscoes are an upgrade version of the Usos. And the New Day would not be able to hang with the aggression, the crazy martial arts of Mark Briscoe, and the former Ring of Honor champion, Jay Briscoe. It wouldn't be able to hang.
I still think the New Day go through.
Oh, man.
Money. Yeah. You've got titles. God forsake how many titles they've had.
God forsake how many the Briscoes had.
Combined tag reigns. Ring of Honor don't count on this global landscape.
Don't take Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is a real promotion. They were on TV at one point. They were on HDNet.
All people used to talk about was Ring of Honor. Then AEW came. No one's heard from Ring of Honor ever again.
But they had a prime.
Yeah, it wasn't Optimus Prime.
Oh man, this is going to be a coin flip, Manny. I think we got to come down to the coin flip.
I don't think there's a coin flip.
The Briscoes are a better team. I think they're better wrestlers.
You got to ask yourself, can they draw money in the WWE era? No.
Are you draw the AEW? Imagine the Briscoes against Penta L0, whatever he's going by, and Ray Phoenix or the Young Bucks. I mean, I've seen them against the Young Bucks, but whatever. Or against FTR. Imagine the Briscoes and FTR having a match. Be amazing.
It would be amazing. But I still feel like the New Day take it.
You're giving it because of Kofi's damn run.
I'm not giving it for Kofi's run.
You're giving it for your love for Big E.
Well, that's two.
And you're giving it for Xavier's XXX rated R sex tapes with Paige. His internet accessibility.
Can I just point out how he's come out scathingly clean after that?
It's the difference between being a man and a woman, basically. Like, for a man to have a sex date with Paige, good job, sir. Good job. You did it. You did the damn thing. You were Brad Maddox. Cool people. Paige, what a whore. Like, what? Like, it's outrageous that he comes out skate clean. For that alone, he can't come out of this tournament. I'm going with the Briscoes.
Oh, this is going to break us. I don't know.
I'll flip a coin this time, Eddie. I have a coin right here. Here it is.
Yep.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. I caught it, but it's in a weird way. So I'll flip it again.
Yep.
All right. You said tails, right?
Yep.
Do you want me to do the grab and then flip it over, or do you want me to just leave it like that?
It's a grab and flip over.
Okay. The hell is this one? It's a unique quarter. It's tails. It's a unique quarter. The New Day go over. It's a different type of quarter. Didn't see that coming. Expecting the traditional tails, but it wasn't. I don't know what year this quarter was made in.
So I am picking Edge and Christian in this match.
Me too.
Because they won things.
they lived a life. And this is the only thing Christian may ever get in his life.
Oh, this this should even happen as a match.
This is letting it go again. Team Lakewood with the upset. That's like, this is as far as they're going. I'm going to let Los Guerreros win this one.
Yeah, I'm going to let Los Guerreros.
Yeah, I shouldn't even mess around. Is Team Lakewood the only female tag team in this thing?
I think Bailey and Sasha Banks are in it.
So we don't have the Bellas.
No,
Who
Bella's
were
got
attached.
taken out.
Or we don't have the beautiful people of Impact Wrestling.
I don't think other than Beer Money's in this. I think.
Wow. Well, they had Motor City Machine Guns also from Impact as well.
So now we have Red Dragon versus the New Day.
This is modern day bias. Is this the finals of the bracket? This is
No, the semifinals of this side of the bracket.
So long, so many teams. I'm going to go with the New Day for overall personality and ring ability. Although I really love Red Dragon.
In this match alone, it could be Red Dragon as a match on its own. Like, if you're going Kyle and Bobby against Kofi and Woods, Red Dragon win.
But you can also throw Roderick Strong in there. Now you have 303 because they do freebird rules as well. You're if you're Undisputed Era, you got Roderick Strong in the background and Adam Cole.
But then if you add those two, then if you add Roderick Strong, I think the New Day win.
But I don't know if this is Red Dragon or Undisputed Era, to be honest.
It's Red Dragon. It's these two.
It's these two guys.
Yeah.
You don't get the whole package deal. So I'm going to New Day.
I think I'm going New Day because I feel like I don't know how to describe it. Just let
them go through, Manny. Just let it happen. You don't have to explain yourself.
Ooh.
Explain yourself some other day. I don't know how to explain. Wow, another ruthless aggression / attitude era battle. But it's not hard for me. I enjoyed the Los Guerreros, but not as much as I enjoyed Edge and Christian as a team.
5-second pose, my friend.
I was very worried. I thought you rose for a minute.
So the final of this side of the bracket is the New Day versus Edge and Christian. Both have done great things for the tag divisions.
Yep. Both high personalities. Both can carry the mic and entertain a crowd. Whether it's with a kazoo or 5-second poses or it's with a trombone and whatever other antics, bootios and twerking or whatever else they do.
Yeah.
Screaming at the top of their lungs. Oh man, this is very interesting. This is a tough one. This is actually a tough one. This is the final, and it seems like it should be.
I feel like New Day did it longer than these two.
Well, no one's done it longer than New Day. I don't think. I think they're the longest togetherness tag team in WWE history.
Yeah. And for me, it hasn't felt stale. But neither did Edge and Christian.
At times, it felt stale. Edge and Christian, I always knew Edge was gonna break out on his own. I've always had that feeling of like Edge could survive on his own. Christian, I don't know. So I'm going to take their individual accomplishments and put it into this group, into this thing, where the New Day has more belts and reigns. Although Edge, I believe, is the person that Kofi beat in more title reigns. Because I think Edge has the World Championships and Tag Team title reigns that Kofi man beat. You know what? I'm going to go... I think I'm going New Day. Even though I think... God damn it. I don't know. There's no right answer for this one. Manny, I disagree with you. Whoever you go with.
I think when I take aside the stuff of Edge and Christian doing all the ladder spots and everything, I'm left with a team that...
You're left with the Brood! That's what you're left with! And it's not cooler than the Brood!
Well, they had amazing entrance music. The New Day did the entrance of the Brood at one point. There's a video online somewhere.
I mean, if you're homaging the other team, I don't know. That may take points away.
But I'm siding with the New Day because I feel like in the last few years, I feel like they have been a staple for wrestling for me.
So the New Day shall advance to the finals. That's left side. Well, spoiler alert, this is a preview for the next episode. The LOD destroys the Headbangers.
Stay tuned for part 2 of this tag team tournament bracket, where we have released a spoiler alert that the Road Warriors will defeat the Headbangers. But
What's
remember,
that? Hold on, what's that? Yes, LOD is beating the Headbangers in the next round. Thank you.
But remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Comment, like, subscribe, or continue to watch when the part 2s come out. Ring the bell for the notification when part 2 is going to come out. It's coming out any minute now as you're watching this.